Welcome to In My Feelings, a safe space to talk all things NBA. I'm Big Waj, your host. Let's go. All right, first up, let's get into facts or feelings. Is LeBron James the greatest NBA player of all time? Y'all gotta sit back and relax for this one. Just to be clear, I think that's a feelings. I don't think it's a fact. This has been a topic of conversation that has dominated so many talking heads, TV segments, talk radio segments. It's dominated so much of the conversation around the NBA. And specifically around LeBron and his career. It's been such a lightning rod, but I think we've gotten a fresh take on it recently because younger people on the internet have been sharing memes and stuff about how the 90s are over. We need to get over it. Jordan couldn't even use his left hand. He was playing against a bunch of plumbers. It's like started a new segment of the debate because it's so generational. And I'm here to tell the young folks, Michael Jordan is absolutely the greatest player of all time. Because again, this is in my feelings. We got to keep it 1,000. I'm gonna bring you guys into sort of the inner sanctums of my own feelings about Jordan, and then we could talk about LeBron, because Michael Jordan 100% is my first memory in basketball. I would say is the 1993 NBA Finals. He's the reason why I care about the sport. He's probably the reason I'm doing this job from an early age. The reason why I wanted to pick up a basketball, go out and hoop, is because of Michael Jordan, right? And so you take that, his obvious greatness, of course, and then you take the reality of what was, a monoculture in the 1990s, where it's not just that Jordan was great and he was so obviously better than his peers, but we could also be propagandized in a very hyper-centralized way that just doesn't exist now. It's not just the NBA was explaining to us that Michael was the greatest. It was Gatorade. It was Nike. It was Hanes. It was McDonald's. Like, so many entities could pour their energies into making us understand that Mike is not just human, he's God in basketball shorts. You can go up and look up Mike's statistics, even the advanced statistics to tell you he's got a slightly better case than LeBron, than his just individual success, the 6 championships, the 5 MVPs, all of the markers that we use to delineate greatness from one another. Mike's got LeBron. And so I think he's got a pretty solid case. But I'm here to tell you, man, the thing about LeBron's case and why it's even fascinating that this conversation could be such a lightning rod even still is that it's a bit of a minor miracle that LeBron is even in the conversation at all. Another thing I could tell you guys about myself is that, shouts to Bill Simmons for making it okay for hack media members like me to be obvious and candid about my own allegiances. I'm somebody who roots for LeBron. I like when LeBron does well. And you might say, well, why do you feel that way? LeBron is probably the last vestige of my own childhood, right? 2002 when Sports Illustrated and ESPN, again, in a way that we just can't do. Like, ESPN can't get America to care about a single basketball player anymore like they used to. But in 2002, they could. And back then, I myself was a high school hooper. And the idea that this kid, who's a high school hooper like me, could be that good, that big, that skilled, all of that, it just blew my mind. And so I followed this guy's career from the very beginning. And all he's done is deliver on that promise. It's insane. He's been completely picked apart, talked about, the first major athlete of the social media era. Time after time after time after time, LeBron has provided us with moments to dissect him, moments to praise him, moments to kill him, just moments, period. Drama, intrigue. And to me, that's my favorite thing about LeBron. Sure, he's had his shortcomings, and sure, he hasn't been better than Jordan, but that's kind of the miracle of this guy's career so far. It's that his only failure is that he's not Michael freaking Jordan. That's it. That's all he hasn't accomplished. And to think about all of the hype that surrounded this guy, it's just been incredible to see. And again, and we could go down all of the crazy moments this guy's delivered. I still remember 2007 against the Pistons in the Eastern Conference playoffs, and I'm watching in real time him drop the last 29 out of 30 points against the Pistons, a team that was veteran-laden, was supposed to beat them and just walk back to the finals. And LeBron ended up very luckily getting back to the finals just out of sheer will. They got killed. But that was crazy that LeBron could do that. Then, of course, he ends up flopping, three years in a row, culminating in the embarrassment that was the Dallas Mavericks series. But even then, it was just an opportunity for drama. That NBA Finals in 2011, where everybody's just killing this guy, and rightfully so. This is why I'm saying, yes, Mike is better. He has had a better career than LeBron, but Mike was so impenetrable and inevitable and not human. LeBron had so many human moments. And for him to come back, win the 2 championships, even the second one with the Ray Allen shot and the crazy, just moment after moment. And of course, he delivers again in 2016. These are just dramatic moments. And I would argue, man, not only has LeBron James been the lightning rod for the league for 20 years, what would he have done without him for those 20 years? I would say in 2016, what he did against the Warriors is an NBA high that we are still chasing. Mike is absolutely the greatest. The younger generation, watch something more than the highlights. Watch that dude play. It will blow your freaking mind how good he was. But to the pro Jordan people out there, man, listen, you could say Kareem had a crazy career. You could say it about Magic, and some might even say it about Bill Russell. But what LeBron has accomplished in chasing Mike and actually coming pretty freaking close to getting to the level of the single basketball playing entity of the last 3 or 4 generations, again, man, it's something that should be applauded. And yes, Mike is the GOAT, but LeBron is definitely the closest one. All right, guys, let's do a general vibe check, man, with my man Cade Cunningham of the Detroit Pistons. Shouts to Cade. Just a roller coaster ride of a season for this guy so far. Obviously, Detroit has had some just very low lows, culminating in 28 losses in a row. But there was a point early on in the season where a lot of people were questioning whether Cade was the guy, this number 1 pick, this franchise cornerstone. And he did have some struggles. But boy, let me tell you, to people like me who held on to their Cade stock throughout it all, man, it's paying dividends. Since the All-Star break, Cade Cunningham is averaging 26 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, and more importantly, he's shooting damn near 48% from 3 on a volume of 7 attempts per game. That has been sort of the bugaboo to start his career. It's been 2 things. It's been the turnovers and the shooting, where people were like, oh, I thought this guy could shoot, and his percentages sort of never caught up to that. But since the All-Star break, this guy has been blistering hot. He's got a usage over 25, a true shooting around 62, 63%. And if you're a Detroit Pistons fan, this is the silver lining. Basically, since the calendar has changed to 2024, he's been making his three-pointers. It's not just catch and shoot type of three-pointers. He's making the pull-up three-pointers, right? Because every now and again, Monty Williams and Detroit is allowing him to operate with a certain amount of space around him. He can be the creator and the initiator that we all thought and wished that he would be coming into the league, man. Detroit still has a lot to figure out in terms of the roster that they put around him. I don't think Cade is a contextless superstar. I don't think you can slap any amount of teammates around him and he's going to elevate what they do and be this transcendent player. However, if you put a roster that makes any kind of sense around this guy, and as much as I've loved what I've seen from Asar Thompson, I've enjoyed Jaden Ivey moments. I think Jalen Duren is a find and a piece. They need to put some more conventional players around what Cade does. If he's going to be making pull-up threes and he's going to be this pick-and-roll maestro, the way you optimize that is by getting some shooting on the perimeter to surround all of that. Even with Detroit, who's having something of a season from hell and miserable, there is this beautiful bright spot. It's something every now and again on League Pass you can tune in to see what Cade is up to. And he seems to be on his way. And I think that's a really dope thing to see. So shouts to Cade Cunningham, man. He's getting it done right now. He's looking like a piece. The Los Angeles Lakers have erected a beautiful statue and monument to Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest Lakers of all time. In a lot of people's minds, he is the greatest Laker, Mr. Laker himself. Obviously a beautiful gesture, obviously well-deserved and earned. Beautiful for his family and beautiful for all the people who love Kobe for what he did for the Lakers. However, of course, upon closer examination in the box score of the 81-point game against the Toronto Raptors, we found some spelling errors on the freaking tattoo. Von Wafer, God bless Von Wafer. What did he do to deserve this? They misspelled his name. Jose Calderon's name is misspelled. They misspelled the word decision. It's pretty disgraceful. The idea that the people who were bestowed the honor and the money, quite frankly, we know this wasn't done for free, to do this for Kobe, the Lakers, and Kobe's family, that they would just do this crappy job is just insane to me. The Lakers are aware they're going to get the thing fixed, but like, man, so many things go wrong with these statues at a certain point. We'll all remember Cristiano Ronaldo's terrible looking statue. Some of those Hall of Fame busts that we've seen where it looks like not even like a decent doppelganger of the guy who's being memorialized. We need to have an intervention in the freaking enshrinement business, man, because y'all just be messing up across the board. But yeah, man, do right by the legend. Get this fixed up ASAP. I just thought this was one of the craziest stories of the past week or so. All right, y'all, that was our show for this week. Make sure you're subscribed to the Ringer NBA's YouTube feed. Make sure you like this video because it's going to help us out with the algorithm. We want to get in my feelings out there to as many people as possible. And make sure you hit the notification bell so that you're reminded every single time we drop a new episode. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.